Stephanie White believed she had seen it all, but she was taken aback when she saw Caitlin Clark exercise with Briana Turner. This wasn't just another workout, it was something significant. Although Clark has always been competitive, the WNBA is now extremely cautious. What specifically did she do that stunned her coach? That's the next step. When Clark paired up with Briana Turner, her already intense offseason took on a whole new dimension. Although we were aware of Clark's dedication to getting better, this was the next step. Stephanie White anticipated a greater return from Clark, but this is not what she is seeing. It was evident that Clark was not only stronger than ever when they on the court together, but also faster, smarter, and more dominant than before. This season, Clark is the one providing the toughness after taking blows from players who attempted to intimidate her last season. One of the WNBA's hardest defenders, Briana Turner, put Clark to the test in every manner imaginable. Double team, body checks, and full court pressure. Clark, however, did more than just manage it. She controlled it. Coach White was astounded by what she was witnessing. Turner is renowned for shutting down top scorers, but she had trouble against Clark. Clark has changed that much. She's only just beginning the frightening phase. Caitlin Clark and Briana Turner have faced their share of difficulties. These two rivals have consistently found themselves on opposing sides, pushing one another to their limits, whether in college or the WNBA. However, they are now on the same side, and the league as a whole is terrified of the outcomes. One of the WNBA's most renowned defenders, Turner, has mentored Clark. Additionally, the two have been working really hard during the off-season. The degree of dedication and intensity is extraordinary, and for Caitlin Clark, this might be the turning point she's been waiting for. In order to see why this collaboration is so significant, we must return to its beginning. Briana Turner gained notoriety as a lockdown protector. Turner was never the most spectacular player or the leading scorer, but she had a quality that made her unique, first at Notre Dame, where she excelled in college, and later in the WNBA with the Phoenix Mercury. Her defense. She could protect anyone, including strong forwards and swift guards. Her ability to foresee and block shots to ruin the attacking player's day, it was unparalleled. Conversely, Clark was consistently the attacking star. From her early WNBA games until her time at Iowa, where she broke records, there was never any doubt about her ability to score. What was questioned was her capacity to cope with the league's toughness. Despite having the skills, Clark's freshman season revealed that defenses were making her life difficult with full-court pressure, double teams, and raw strength. And who better to assist her in getting ready than Briana Turner, the same type of defender who used to cause her issues. This off-season, Turner and Clark teamed up for a full-fledged battle. It wasn't just about getting some shots up. Turner wasn't kind to Clark, and Clark didn't back down. Every drill was a conflict. Turner is repeatedly stopped by Clark's attacks. The frightening part is that Clark continued to improve. One of the greatest trainers in the world, Keith Porter, is currently helping Caitlin Clark become even more resilient, quick, and astute on the basketball court. But first, let's take a closer look at Keith Porter and why he is so crucial to Caitlin. Basketball trainer Keith Porter assists players in raising their level of performance. He helps them grow stronger, more resilient, and more self-assured. In addition to teaching them how to shoot and dribble, he has ensured that some of the world's top athletes are prepared to take on any challenge by working with them. He is currently collaborating closely with Caitlin Clark, encouraging her daily to be the greatest version of herself when she takes the court. What does training with Keith Porter entail? It's really difficult. Actually, it's rather challenging. Caitlin doesn't simply arrive and shoot a few pictures. She spends endless hours exercising, jogging, leaping, lifting weights, and repeating the same exercises. By increasing her stamina, Keith ensures that she doesn't feel fatigued during games and can sprint up and down the court without slowing down. Additionally, he gives her strength so that she may resist defenders' attempts to push her around. However, Keith also assists Caitlin in improving her perspective. Being powerful and quick isn't the only thing that basketball requires. When a game gets extremely tough and defenders are all over her, it's also about planning ahead and maintaining composure. Caitlin maintains her confidence and focus thanks to Keith's instruction. He helps her learn how to make decisions fast, how to make room and prevent mistakes so she can get the greatest shots. Although Caitlin has always been one of the world's most dedicated athletes, she is training at an entirely new level now that Keith Porter is with her. They get up early every day and go to work without taking any shortcuts or making any excuses, just plain old hard work. Caitlin and Keith continue to strive even after a demanding practice day because they understand that being the best requires putting in more effort than anybody else. The worrying issue is that Caitlin is still getting better, at least for the remainder of the WNBA. She is stronger, quicker, and more intelligent than ever before thanks to Keith, and she is only just beginning. She is prepared to dominate this season, and no defense will be able to stop her with ease. Just wait if you thought Caitlin Clark was good the previous season. Now that Keith Porter is on her side, she will become unstoppable. There is no denying Clark's physical metamorphosis. Teams used physical defense to shove her around during the previous season in an attempt to break her flow. But this time, it won't succeed. Clark has developed significant muscle, particularly in her upper body, and she now stays put when defenders try to push her off her spot. Rather, she's making the first move. She is now even faster and more explosive due to an improvement in her lower body strength. She can therefore halt quickly, pull up for mid-range jumpers, and raise with force. She used to be forced into difficult shots by defenders, but now she controls the game. She experienced every bit of it in Turner. It's already difficult to defend Clark, but now that she has this increased strength and speed, it's getting harder. But here's the truly scary part. Clark is not only more intelligent, but also stronger. Defenders forced her to take difficult mid-range shots last season, which was one of her main vulnerabilities. However, during the offseason, she adjusted Clark, who spent hours honing her mid-range game. Now, when defenders close out on her three, she doesn't panic. Instead, she stops abruptly and executes fluid pull-up jumpers. If they play her too tight, she blows them away. When Clark and Turner fought throughout practice, Coach White witnessed this directly. Every time Turner changed tactics, Clark reacted, and in every pressure scenario, Clark had a response. That is the hallmark of a top player, and it goes beyond that. Coach White is helping Clark develop into a true leader rather than just concentrating on her score. Clark was the franchise's face last season, but she is now the floor general. She has been under pressure from Coach White to speak out more, take charge of the attack, and support her teammates. Stephanie White is so surprised because she is watching video, dissecting defenses, and learning how to dominate the game. She is no longer only responding to defenders, she is now in charge of everything. It takes most players years to reach this level of comprehension, but Clark has already done so. Additionally, since the Fever's new offensive is designed to help Clark succeed, let's discuss it. Clark had to do everything last season since she was the main scorer and playmaker, and the opponent's first choices surrounded her, leaving Indiana without enough weapons to relieve the burden. However, this season, Turner is changing everything. Natasha Howard and Dana Bonner. At last, Clark has assistants. This translates into a more dangerous Indiana offense with fewer double teams and improved floor spacing. Coach White is already planning plays to make the most of Clark's abilities. More off-ball movement, faster plays, and more opportunities for Clark to take advantage of defenders. She is now getting clean looks instead of always making her own shots, and the initial results are amazing. For the first time, the Fever appear to be a serious challenger. Clark is more effective, and the team is more evenly distributed. However, this is even more remarkable. Clark has advanced to a new level in his mental game. She is more psychologically resilient than ever in addition to being physically stronger. Instead of being fazed by the pressure and criticism, she lives on it and is embracing the task, utilizing every doubt as fuel. She works out every day to improve her skills and make sure she's ready for whatever that comes along. Her confidence is at an all-time high right now. She knows she is the best player on the floor and that nobody can stop her once she takes the court. Despite having worked with some of the best in the game, Coach White acknowledges that Clark has a different drive. This season is about more than just basketball. It's about proving something to the league, the world, and herself. She's not just playing for herself. She's playing for her team, her city, and every single fan who believes in her. If you think Clark is going to stop here, think again. She is here to take over, not merely to compete. Clark is already strategizing. Her next move, improving her defense and broadening her shot selection to become even more formidable. This is only the first step. Additionally, the WNBA is about to have a nasty surprise if they believe they had Caitlin Clark figured out. The issue still stands, though. Can Clark lead the team to a title this year if she wins MVP? All the necessary components are in place. Now it's up to her. Tell us in the comments what you think Caitlin Clark will do to surprise everyone this season.